Well, Kamala Harris is a politician in the worst sense of the word. Donald Trump is not and has never been, nor will he ever be, a typical politician. And, you know, he is very well versed on the issues. He is very well versed on Kamala Harris's record. And he's talking about these issues almost every day as he's out with the American people across the country, as he's doing interview after interview, town hall after town hall. And so for me, if there's anything that I can be helpful with, it really is just sharing the experience that I had with her on that debate stage and the kinds of tactics I think she will try to use to perhaps get under his skin or really to try to deflect away. Her goal is going to be to deflect away from her disastrous record that has caused greater harm to the American people in so many ways, and then shift to the new story, the new narrative that she wants to make voters believe and hopes that they will forget what she's already done over these last 3.5 years.
This cutting critique of Kamala Harris and endorsement of Donald Trump exemplifies Tulsi Gabbard's transformation from Democratic presidential hopeful to one of the most outspoken critics of the current administration. Her journey is a testament to her willingness to speak her mind, regardless of party lines or political consequences. The debate that changed everything. Gabbard's political evolution can be traced back to a pivotal moment in the 2019 Democratic primary debates. In a now famous exchange, she confronted then-Senator Harris about her record as a prosecutor.
Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so.
This confrontation set the stage for Gabbard's ongoing critique of Harris and the Democratic establishment, showcasing her willingness to challenge her own party's narrative, a scathing assessment of the current administration. As the 2024 election approaches, Gabbard has not held back in her criticism of Harris and the Biden administration. She argues that their actions contradict their words.
We're closer to the brink of nuclear war now than ever before, closer to World War III because of Harris and Biden and their policies.
Gabbard's concerns extend beyond domestic policy to matters of national security and foreign policy. She claims shifting stances and media scrutiny. Gabbard's critiques of Harris extend beyond her prosecutorial record to her evolving stance on border policies and media representation. In a revealing interview, Gabbard pointedly observed,
I think she revealed in that debate the same thing that I think her campaign handlers are worried about right now is, you know, Kamala Harris is an empty suit. They are trying to create this new version of Kamala Harris to match what their pollsters are telling them so she can say whatever she needs to say to try to win over voters, which is the most offensive thing, I think, because they think we're so stupid as to forget what her record actually is.
This no-holds-barred assessment paints a picture of a politician willing to shift positions for political gain, backed by a media apparatus that Gabbard sees as complicit in rewriting Harris's record. It underscores Gabbard's consistent message that voters should focus on Harris's actions rather than her words. The surprising endorsement. In a move that shocked many political observers, Gabbard officially endorsed Donald Trump for the 2024 presidential election. She explained her decision.
I endorse President Trump today because he has those qualities and he's proven that he is that commander-in-chief. Kamala Harris has proven she is not.
Gabbard frames the upcoming election not as a partisan choice, but as a fundamental decision about the country's direction.
It's not about Democrats versus Republicans. Right. It's about having a president who stands for freedom, peace, and prosperity, which is Donald Trump, versus having a president in Kamala Harris who attacks our freedoms and censors us and uses political retaliation, who has pushed us to the brink of war, and who's created this economic hardship for Americans across the country.
Debate preparation and campaign insights. Gabbard's unique perspective as both a former Democratic candidate and a Trump supporter has made her a valuable asset to the Trump campaign. She has been involved in debate preparation, offering insights into Harris's debate tactics.
He's doing great. You know, I think you saw last night in his response to Kamala Harris's speech, he knows the issues. He is very honed in on her record and reminding voters, as you started in this conversation, what have you done for the last 3.5 years? You can paint this rosy picture about what you're going to do, but we're paying attention to what you've already done and how her policies have destroyed our economy, made us less safe, both here at home and abroad.
A call for accountability. Gabbard's criticism extends to the administration's handling of foreign policy crises, particularly the Afghanistan withdrawal. She pointedly asks,
I want to know if Kamala Harris has personally called every one of these 13 families and the families of those who came home injured. There was a triple amputee there today, there to honor the loss of his brothers and sisters. Has she called them to apologize? To apologize for the decision that they made that resulted in this disastrous withdrawal and an explosion and an attack that took these 13 service members' lives that was completely preventable.
Tulsi Gabbard's political journey from Democratic presidential candidate to Donald Trump endorser is a testament to her unwavering commitment to speaking her mind, regardless of party lines. Her sharp criticisms of Kamala Harris and the current administration have positioned her as a unique voice in American politics. As we approach the 2024 election, Gabbard's perspectives continue to challenge conventional political narratives. Whether you agree with her views or not, her willingness to voice unpopular opinions and cross party lines makes her a figure worth watching. In a political landscape often dominated by predictable party line rhetoric, Gabbard's unfiltered approach serves as a reminder that individual conviction can still shape the national conversation. What do you think about Gabbard's political evolution? Has her outspokenness changed your view of the upcoming election? Share your thoughts and join the discussion on this controversial figure in American politics.